Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT, and it is Wednesday, and it is time for Facebook Live. So I will give a couple minutes to let some notifications go out. And as usual, if you're watching this part of the video, you're probably catching the replay. I know with being at 10 a.m. Central Time, a lot of people are at work. So a lot of people watch the replay, and I certainly appreciate that as well. Be sure to hit that heart or thumbs up as you come in, just to let me know you're here. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the projects we're making today or how you're doing. Any comment will enter you for a chance to win the giveaway that we do each week. So hope everyone is doing well. I have Oliver the Crafty Pup in the craft room with me this morning. We've already had a busy day, and we've got lots of other things ahead of us, lots of things that we need to be doing some design work for. Next month is a big month with a brand new catalog coming out, our new annual catalog. We're excited about that. Well, I am. I don't know that Oliver is. But hope you are having a great day. And like I said, we're going to use deckled rectangles and deckled circles in a really cool way today to create a frame. And you may have already seen someone do this, or you may have already thought of that yourself. If so, you're so awesome. But if not, I'll share with you how easy it is to use these dies to create a quick frame. All right, we're going to go ahead and get to our crafting because I know that's what you're here for. But definitely say hello as you come in. So today is the very last Facebook Live that I will do with the 2023 to 2024 annual catalog products and the January through April mini catalog products. We will be moving over to that brand new annual catalog next week. Dale and I shipped out catalogs to customers, so if you are a regular customer of ours and you have placed an order of any size in the last 6 months, your catalog is headed out to you, or you may have already received it. And if not, and you need a catalog, all you have to do is let me know. I would be happy to send you one. I still have quite a few left, and I can always order more, right? So today we're using some beautiful designer series papers, and I know that I saw someone using these deckled circles or deckled rectangles in an event that Stampin' Up held last year. Cheryl and I attended virtually, called Creativity Now, and it was when these were first introduced, I believe, in our product line, and we loved the idea of making a frame and how easy it is. So let me first show you the papers we're using. You've seen these several times because they're so beautiful. Countryside Inn is the one that has all the blues. So pretty. We've used this a lot. This one reminds me of broccoli though, y'all. I love broccoli. Blue broccoli. So that's one of the papers we're using today. The other one is Fresh as a Daisy. I used this a ton when this first came out, and I think it's been a little while since we've used it, but a really beautiful paper with the watercolor wash on the B side. And that's always a paper that's so fun to use up. You can stamp on that wash, you know, your greeting, a focal image. So just a really pretty paper. And if you don't love daisies, you've got the B side. As far as I know, those are still available in the online store. Then we're using this cute stamp set just for the thank you sentiment. And I cannot remember if this is carrying over. I think it is, but that may just be wishful thinking. I actually won this stamp set in my training group that I'm a part of, and I love it so much. Not so much for the images. I'm not a huge coloring person, but the sentiments are awesome, and that's what I've used out of this set a ton. So I'm hoping that it will stick around. I'll have to check, though. If you're interested in that stamp set, you can either search in the online store or let me know, and I'll check it out. So the star of the show today is really the Deckled circle and the Deckled rectangle dies. So you can see that these are nesting dies, which means they come in sizes that work really well together. So all we're going to do is get two that are, you know, touching the next size up or the next size down. And we're going to cut a frame. Now, I've already put dimensionals on my circle frame, so let me be careful here. Picking it up. So we have cut a frame. I hope that shows up. So cute. And I've just put some half mini dimensionals on the back. That's probably the most futzy part of this. So all we did was line it up. Now, on the rectangles, you can see we used a little bit of tape to keep them in place. And on the rectangles, you can probably see a little bit better how there's a little space all the way around so that we get that frame cut. So you can do that either way. But I love these dies. These dies are not retiring. They actually move to online exclusives. So if you do not have them and you're in search of some amazing dies, and really versatile dies, you can just look in the online store. They're on online exclusives and they are still there. Okay, so we're using a couple of boho blue card bases today. And I actually went ahead, I'm looking for my bone folder. I know it's out here. I went ahead and did a top folding card just to kind of, you know, mix it up a little bit. So we've got 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I should know that by heart, y'all. We'll burnish that. And then this paper has some little critters. I really was going to use it the other way, and then I realized, it's got some little critters on it. I don't want them to be all wonky. So right here is one. And we're going to be placing this just right on the front of the card base. Now this is a piece of that Countryside Inn, and it is 5 by 3 3/4. I love using that size because it gives a nice big border of the card base. And I like the look of that, y'all. Trying to find my glue holder. There it is. So that's where we're going to put this, right on the front. Get those equal borders all the way around. Looks like I did pretty good. You know, I love our Designer Series paper. Last week we really featured Designer Series paper, and I'm doing my best to use up Designer Series paper that I have in my stash because I'm going to be buying new Designer Series paper from the new annual catalog, and I need room for that. We will be doing a paper and ribbon share. We're still working on the math for that, so I'll send an email out about paper and ribbon shares. If you've never participated in that, it's a way to get a little sampling of the new papers and ribbons. And if you're not on my email list, that's probably the best way to get information about my classes and events. You can just message me or email me at stampwithct@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to add you. Okay, so this one is going to get this Night of Navy circle frame, and I went ahead and put some dimensionals on here, but I'm going to put a couple more. This is the futziest part, is actually cutting some mini dimensionals in half, y'all. And you could just glue down the frame, but I wanted it to be popped up. I think that may be good. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of strategically place this to help really bring some attention to my little critters. Actually, I think it's going to end up being right about there. And this is cut from Night of Navy. And then we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to put the other card together. Again, using a boho blue card base. So that was just one sheet of cardstock that I scored at 5 1/2 and then cut at 4 1/4. So score once, cut once. When I first started crafting, I cut first and then I had 2 pieces to score, so don't do that. it's so much faster to just go ahead and score it and then cut it. And when you're making multiples, that saves you lots of time. Alrighty, we'll put our inside panel, and I realized I think I had some little scraps over here I intended to use on the inside. It's always my goal to be better about decorating the inside of my projects, and that's easier to do while it's before you glue it down, but you can always add it later. I think that's going to be too long. We're not going to mess with that right now. I may add it. Okay, so this beautiful piece of the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, I'm going to put it on just like this. Love this paper. And I don't even know how many packages of this paper I went through in the past year. It was a lot. I think that was the very first class we did last year, was Fresh as a Daisy. And there's a really cute sentiment in that stamp set that says, "Oops a daisy, I'm sorry," or something to that effect. So cute. And who doesn't need an "I'm sorry" stamp in their collection, right? Okay, so on this frame, I think I'm just going to line it up here to where we have that pretty flower really focused on. So let's come in, and I'll show you a little trick. Just to save a little time on the video, I went ahead and cut these mini dimensionals before the video, and you're welcome for that. I know you don't want to just sit here watching me cut mini dimensionals, do you? So I did that ahead of time and then just stuck them down to my silicone craft sheet, and I knew that they would be just fine as long as I didn't set something else on top of it, right? So that was just a little time saver for me. We are having a launch party for this catalog, and it is on the 11th of May. So if you live near me and you would like to come to the in-person launch party, it'll start at 9. And then if you do not live near me, but you still want to be part of the fun, you can just be part of the virtual launch party. And it will be at 2 p.m. Now, this is all Central Time. So I live in Texas. Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas. And so you can join us virtually or watch the replay in CT's Craft and Connect group. We'd love to have you. This Saturday is the deadline to let me know if you want to be part of the launch party, though. I do a free make and take packet so that you can get some of the new products in your hands, kind of try before you buy. And I'd love to include you, but you just need to let me know you want to do that, okay? Because we'll have to get those supplies prepped and in the mail. And we usually make 3 or 4 projects. On the virtual launch party, we do a catalog stroll that I love, that just walks through the catalog, not page by page. We'd be there all day, wouldn't we? But it just walks through and hits some highlights. And this year, especially with the update of our catalog, I think it's going to be important to do the catalog stroll and explain some of the changes we've had in our catalog. It's a beautiful catalog, but it is different. So I'll be able to give you some tips and tricks on how to use it in your crafting. Okay, so this frame, let me see if I can kind of get it lined up. Oop, I had it pretty good, and then I bumped it. So with your dimensionals, as long as you don't press them down, you still have a couple of chances to reposition. Once you press them down, of course, it's a done deal, right? Unless you have a little spatula, which we do on our Take Your Pick tool, then you can a lot of times get those dimensionals to release. Dale's an expert at that. I just want to try to get this pretty much centered, and I don't think I'm there yet. Still needs to come up a tiny bit. Do y'all ever do that? Just keep second guessing yourself? Of course, I've got my equipment up above, so it's always fun to be at a crazy angle. And I'm just not getting that centered up, but we're gonna quit messing with it. I can always go back and fix it a little bit if I need to. But my main thing is I want the eye to be drawn to those beautiful flowers, and I think where it's positioned, maybe off a little bit, but it's pretty good. You get the idea, right? The main point is use those dies to create a frame to really draw the attention to the designer series paper. So pretty just like that, right? But we're going to do a little bit of stamping and put a sentiment. And I've got a really pretty thank you sentiment from that stamp set that I showed you. The Blueberry Bushel, I think is what it's called. Blueberry Bushel. Such a sweet stamp set. I love it. And because we're using a boho blue card base, and do you like that I used boho blue on both of those projects? Because boho blue is in both of these designer series papers. So it just made it so easy. I'm going to ink up our thank you. And it's okay if it's not completely centered. I think they're pretty good, because I have some butterflies. Those brass butterflies are beautiful, and we're going to add those too. So from here, each one of the cards would be just a tiny bit different, because I would want to add the sentiment just where you're not interfering with that pretty flower. So I'm using some dimensionals that I actually had left over from one of the kits that I purchased. I'm loving these kits, y'all, from Stampin' Up. We did one a couple weeks ago. Had an extra dimensional. Let me pop it over here. Get that off of my fingernail. And I'm just putting dimensionals at either end so that you've got a little bridge where the frame is, so you don't have like double dimensional going on. And here, I think we're going to bring this one up in this corner, like that. And then for this one, we're going to bring it down, since I kind of positioned that to get those little critters in place. All right, so we've got, ooh, that's wonky. We've got our sentiments. And the sentiments are stamped on just one of the smaller deckled rectangles. Okay, let's add some butterflies. These brass butterflies come in a couple different sizes. Super cute. I didn't grab a take your pick tool, so let me do that right quick. And I think we'll go with a big butterfly for each of these. And here's where, if you didn't stamp exactly, oh, that one's got a bit of a halo, doesn't it? See if we can't cover that up with our butterfly. We talked about halos last week. I just stamped a little bit too hard. I'll have to work on that a little bit more, but you get the idea. Didn't catch that when I stamped it. And I think I have an extra over there. An extra sentiment piece. Well, come on, butterfly. You flew away. Now I'm up underneath that adhesive. Okay, this one is stamped a little bit better, but I look like I still have a halo. We'll put it in about the same place. Okay, y'all, those are the projects for today. quick and easy, right? But it really features the designer series paper, shows you a little bit different way to use those deckled rectangle, deckled circle dies. Now, if you have other nesting dies that have varying sizes, give it a try. See what you can do. You may be able to even do that with an image die like butterflies if you have something that's an open die like that. So fun. Just another way to use our products, and I love sharing that kind of thing with you, those little tips. All right, we'll move this out of the way. And this is a reminder, this is the beautiful new catalog that is coming. We still have things in the last chance list from our mini catalog and annual catalog that are retiring, some very deeply discounted. We did have a clearance rack refresh yesterday. So if you want to pop over and check on that to see if there's anything, again, deeply discounted that you may want to pick up. And don't forget that we do our launch party of this catalog, this brand new catalog, on May the 11th, in person and virtually. This Saturday, the 27th, is the last day to register for that. So don't forget, okay? Now, I had a little technical problem before I hopped on. And so, I didn't get to choose with my random number generator. I didn't get to do that for our prize from last week, which was the cork embellishments. I will post our winner. I could not keep my phone on the Wi-Fi for some reason, but I think I got that figured out. So, how do you get entered for a chance to win the prize? You just leave a comment, send up those hearts. Love seeing those hearts go flying by. And that enters you for a chance to win through random drawing. Now this week I pulled out these pearls. I'm kind of cleaning out my prize bin. I like to, at the end of a catalog cycle, kind of pull out things that retire, things that we won't be using anymore. I like to use current product when I'm doing videos and classes, just so that if you fall in love with it, you can easily get that from my online store. Okay, I have one, but I will post who the winner of the cork embellishments is. But I'm just pulling out some random things. I know we didn't use this today, but that's what I have in my prize bin, trying to use those up. And I love being able to do a little giveaway each week. Now, be sure, if you're the winner, that you claim your prize. You need to send me a message or an email and tell me that you want that prize so that I can put that in the mail to you, okay? All right, here is a super sweet little piece of Happy Mail that I received from, well, Dale and I received from our sweet friend Lee. We met her at Houston Onstage. She is also a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she lives in Minnesota. Minnesota? Is that how you say it? She lives in Minnesota, and she is just the sweetest lady. She was at Onstage by herself, so she kind of got sucked into our group. Let's just be honest. Started to say invited into our group, but that's not really the experience that she had. She got pulled in, and we kind of teased her and told her, once you're in, you're in. You can't get back out. But super sweet lady. Dale made her a glue holder and sent it to her, and this is just a little thank you note that she sent to us, and we were both so happy to receive this. We get the mail usually when we come in from work, so it's always just really nice to get some Happy Mail. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. Oliver is ready for his TREAT. We want to also thank our sweet friend Trish from Trish's Card Club. She gave Oliver a little shout out on her video on Monday. So if you're looking for another fun Stampin' Up! Demonstrator to follow and get ideas from, check out Trish's Card Club. She's an awesome lady, sweet friend, and she's been a demonstrator, I want to say like 23 years. Amazing. And I've only been around for 11, so I love learning from her, and she learns from me, and we learn from each other and inspire each other. So it's always nice to have friends, and Stampin' Up! Has certainly provided me and Dale with lots of friends in our lives through stamping. So let me know if we can help you in any way. We will see you again next week, and it will be the day that the new annual catalog launches. I just love that Stampin' Up! Made it a Wednesday so that I can be home with you and we can spend some time on Facebook Live. So we may go a little bit longer next week because we'll have so much to talk about, and I can show you the inside of the catalog. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Thank you.